Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad to be here with you guys on a beautiful Monday evening here in the Chicagoland area. And we hope it's a beautiful Monday evening, no matter where you are viewing us tonight. I want to talk about that. We even have a European viewer that watches our show now. So absolutely, we'll talk about that in just a little bit. I have another great show planned for your viewing and listening pleasure this evening. It is the 13th day of September 2021. Slowly but surely, we're walking into fall, or as our co-host would say, we're in Virgo season. We have a birthday girl who's having a birthday next Wednesday night. We're going to celebrate her in a big way. Tonight, we welcome to the show noted family medicine practitioner, Dr. Janet Seabrook of Northwest Indiana, and she'll be here tonight to give us the latest COVID-19 update as it relates to the Delta variant, as well as we're going to talk about a few other things with Dr. Seabrook. We really do appreciate when she hangs out with us here on the show. Our co-host, you guys know who she is. She's a woman of many gifts and many talents. She is Kay Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. She and her podcast sister, Miss Kim Coleman, had a wonderful conversation this past Saturday on Candid Conversations with K&K to commemorate the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Our girl, the one and only, Miss Kay Renee.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Chat Daddy. I missed you over the weekend. But yeah, it's been a very busy weekend. We relaunched our podcast with my podcasting sister, Miss Kim Coleman of Candid Conversations K&K, to commemorate, as you said, 9/11. We had a wonderful guest, Captain Gail Harris,
Yes.
who worked in the Navy. She's retired. She is many a first, but the first being the highest ranking African-American female naval officer in intelligence. I mean,
Right.
As I shared with the audience Saturday, anytime you in Wikipedia, you the bomb dickety. And she
absolutely.
definitely is. And so
Yeah.
she's one of my sheroes. I love and adore her. And just the fact that she talked about how, from the militaristic perspective, what it takes to keep us safe. A lot of people don't realize, and we take it for granted. So, I would encourage all of you, if you can, definitely go by Gail's website and definitely get her book, A Woman of War. It's a professional memoir, and it's truly the bomb dickety. So
Very good.
I'm just really glad. Yeah.
Well, I just want to thank you and Kim for doing just such a great job on commemorating 9/11. I got up Saturday morning watching, because a lot of the television broadcasts started as early as 5, 6 in the morning, and they went on till about noon Chicago time. And they were all just touching. Most of the networks did something last week, whether it was Women of 9/11, whether it was, keep in mind, there were a lot of children who were infants or just newborns when 9/11 happened, and a lot of their parents, families, and loved ones perished in 9/11 or were involved in the rescue. So it was just really great to hear all of these various testimonies and stories about surviving 9/11 or memorializing people who were a part of 9/11. Can you hear me okay, my dear?
No, I can hear you fine. It's just a little warm up in here. So
it's a little warm in my place as well too. I thought it was just me. I said, wow.
It's a little warm in here.
Okay, yes, it is a little warm in my place. Well, see, that's what we do for each other.
Yes, we do.
Yes, absolutely. We want to give a major shout out to Miss Tanya Francisco and Miss Amy.
Yes.
They were our guests last Wednesday night.
Yes.
They are both veteran journalists over at WGN TV. But this morning was the official launch of their daytime talk show. and it was really good. Daytime
It was.
Chicago, and we want to give the ladies a major shout out. I
Woo-hoo!
texted them this morning, break a leg. I was, put on their post, do a good job, ladies. And if
And they
nothing
did.
else, honey, them ladies get their cocktails on that show. If
Okay.
nothing else, they get their
And they
cocktails on.
and they didn't disappoint because one of their guests was Chicago's first lady. And
Yeah,
a lot of people, they know of her, but
right.
they don't really know who she is. And it was,
Yes,
I mean, kudos to Tanya and Miss Amy for getting that exclusive
yes.
on our first lady. So
With our
yes.
first lady, Miss Amy
Hmm.
Elsherman. Yes, very nice.
Yes.
Yes, very nice. So it was. Congratulations, ladies. And we wish you the best. And I look forward to
Yes.
hanging out with you ladies very soon.
Hmm.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Kay Renee, there's so much we need to talk about, my dear. And then,
Oh,
of course, we
Jesus.
got Dr. Seabrook joining us at the bottom of the hour.
Hmm.
So I don't even know where we should start. Well, of course, COVID has been in the forefront of the news now for the last, 19 months. And
Hmm.
so there are a number of aldermen here in the Chicagoland area who have written a letter to Chicago's top doctor asking that the city require proof of COVID-19 vaccination for visiting public indoor places, including restaurants, bars, movie theaters, and concert halls. And this is on the heels of the fact that New York City has opened back up for business. Not only did New York have the MTV Awards there last night, of
Hmm.
course, the Met Gala is there tonight. It was
Hmm.
Fashion Week in New York last week. And everywhere I could see on social media and from some of my press information, people were having a really great time. But I heard Nicki Minaj turned down coming to the Met Gala tonight because you had to be vaccinated, and she said she was not getting vaccinated just to come to the Met Gala. Now, I think it sends out a bad message to all of her followers and to everybody, but she says she's going to stand her ground on not getting vaccinated. What do you think about being able to show proof?
My background is audit compliance, so the answer to that. Heck yeah. So, I tell people, even though I was born in Chicago, I lived in Missouri. You better show me. And, given the fact that a lot of these cities, folks are still trying to come out, and if you're not vaccinated, wear a mask.
Hmm.
That's how simple it has to be. Kids are going back to school. Unfortunately, there are kids in Chicago because there's some people the cases have gone up. They have to go back home to do remote learning and quarantine because unfortunately our babies 12 and under can't get vaccinated.
Right.
So if they can't get vaccinated, we have to protect them. Stay your ass at home. Wear a mask if you're gonna go out. If you cannot have proof, if you can't have proof of vaccine status, you know what to do. I mean, this is not rocket science, ladies and gents. We've been doing this for 19 months.
Right.
Wear the mask.
Wear
If
the
you don't want to
mask.
be vaccinated, wear the mask.
Right. Well, here's the biggest problem now. I was talking to someone earlier today, and she and her daughter had a sleepover for girlfriends that have been very close, have been in the
Mm-hmm.
bubble, all of
Mm-hmm.
that. Well, of course, one young lady and her mother has tested positive as a result of the sleepover. So now their family is worried. The other family that was there is worried. And again, these people were all in the bubble with each other. And so, it's starting to make people worry and wonder, who can I be around? Who can I not be around? I don't know who was vaccinated, who was not vaccinated. But, with the age of the children, I don't know if these little girls are vaccinated or not, which most likely they weren't if they're under 12. But it does make you start to wonder, should I have people over or should I not?
Well, I'll tell you, since my birthday is next week, and the weekend, my girls are getting together, and I know for all of them, with maybe the exception of one that's not vaccinated, all of them vaccinated, and they can produce proof. Now, again, this is not rocket science. I mean, if you're not vaccinated, then you have to wear a mask. I mean that's just point simple. And if you're not willing to share that, especially with people that you so called are friends, what does it
Right,
say about you?
right, Right.
I mean, seriously, what does that say about you? You're supposed to, if you want friends in your life, especially, your, what we call in the hood, ace coon boom, your go-to, your ride or die. Well, God dog it, if that's the case, then you should be able to be honest with
Right.
your ace coon booms, your ride or die, your sisters from another mister, mother from
Right.
brother from another mother, and be
Yes.
honest.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I hadn't said anything publicly about this, but a few weeks ago, I would go to things, and 7 days later, I'd get a text message that, people have, and then I was like, oh, Lord. Then I got another text message. So, of course, that means going to get tested, checking for symptoms, making sure you're not sick. So I think it just adds an extra layer of panic with most people now trying to go to public things. But as far as, places here in Chicago, I went on a boat cruise Saturday night, and it was, of course, open air because we were out on the middle of the lake, but it definitely was at least 100 and 150 people on that vessel that I was on. A lot of families, and people did keep their mask on. They only required us to have the mask on boarding and deboarding, getting off of the vessel.
And disembarking, right.
Disembarking. Thank you. Did I say deboarding?
Deboard. Right. That's okay, babe. I got you.
That's the country way of saying it. Deboard.
I got you, baby.
Yeah. What? Say it again, babe. What is it? Disembarking.
Disembarking.
Yes, thank you, darling. Right. Yeah. See, I'm sorry. Deboarding. Y'all know what I meant. Y'all knew what I meant when I said deboarding.
Deboarding.
Deboarding. Deboarding. Yes, I deboarded. Right. That was cute. That was. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
As I said, I am being very cautious. See, a lot of it's only K Renee, so I got to take care of K Renee. I'm very selfish in that regard. So I'm, for those individuals who want to be around me, I will ask the question. And if they lie, I posted about Virgos. If a Virgo catch you lying, he'll forgive you, but trust and believe, it's a wrap. So it's a wrap. But I know I sense the anxiety. We have to have a subject about CBD and how to relieve anxiety, because there are a lot of anxious folks up in here. Not just the adults, the children, and that I can tell you now, I'm a CBD enthusiast. Even pets. CBD, I've been an enthusiast for over 2 years. I can personally tell you that it definitely helps relieve that anxiety. So we're going to have an expert come in to talk about that, so it can help all these anxious folks just calm the F down. Amen.
Well, as you guys all know, September is Self-Care Awareness Month, and tonight we're kicking off our 10 days of self-care tips. And I got up very early this morning to work on tonight's first presentation when all of a sudden somebody I know by the name of K Renee did a fabulous post this morning and stole all of my thunder. I didn't even get a chance
I didn't mean to do that.
You did an excellent job, because I felt as if it was a perfect way to kick off tonight's conversation, because what I got from your post was self-care is finding yourself and finding happiness. And am I right? Is that what I got from your post today?
Absolutely. You talk about the nugget that I use about motivational steps? Yes. I mean, again, people ask me, how is it that you come up with these nuggets every day? I said, you know what? It's not me. I'm just the vessel. The main person is our good Lord. When I see something like, okay, this is definitely what is needed for today. And then to top it off, I like to link it with songs. And I'm going to be honest with you in the audience, I never heard Yolanda's song, Never Give Up. And I'm going to tell you, after hearing it, I said, I need it for myself. Because even K Renee gets down and out. I don't show it often, but I do. And so, and I'm sure my big brother, he's there to cheer me up. I'm there to cheer him up. So self-care is about really taking care of self, loving yourself so much, period. Because a lot of us do not love ourselves. That's why there are a lot of hurt people in this world. Because the saying, hurt people. And you see it throughout the media. You see it throughout people. They just want to do things to just be miserable. Life is too short to be miserable, ladies and gents. This pandemic has taught us you can't be miserable. Miserable is for those people who are unfortunately have left this planet. You have the opportunity to make a difference. So it's best to to live and love who you are, because when you can do that, love can gravitate towards you, and that it starts with self-care.
Oh, that's so beautiful. So tomorrow night I'll go with steps 2. I'll teach a lesson tomorrow evening, everything. But I thought your post today, your nugget was so on time. I was like, dang, she said exactly what I was going to say. So I appreciate you so much. Debbie says vulnerability pulls people together. Absolutely, Debbie. I agree 100%. That was beautifully said. All right. Well, as we continue on in the news, of course, crime still dominates the news wave here in Chicago. At least 60 people were shot, 7 fatally. This has been since Friday evening in Chicago. An off-duty Chicago firefighter was among those injured over the weekend in the gun violence. Timothy Elland, as I think it is, Elland, was injured in the West Pullman area on Saturday night. One person was left dead, others were injured. He remains hospitalized. He was shot in the face. He's the father of 5, and they were at the intersection of East Kensington and South Prairie Avenue. So I'm trying to figure out where that is. Is that in the
That's in the Pullman district, because Kensington, if you know where I live, there's a metro stop called, well, no, not mine, but further south, called Kensington. So it's like in the hundreds, as we like to call it. So it's near East Pullman, not West Pullman. East Pullman.
Okay, very good. Well, they were leaving a birthday party. His 15-year-old niece was also shot and wounded. And so, you know, crime still seems to be a problem. I was out Saturday evening. I was out earlier Saturday, and then I went back out again. I witnessed 8 people running red lights in Chicago. I don't know what this is about people and running red lights now, but people will pull up to the light next to you with, you know, what assumes to be the turning lane, and they will just keep straight on through the intersection. And I posted something on my social media like, what in the world is going on with this? And actually somebody said, you know what? I've been noticing the same thing too. And they said that they notice it's women in SUV trucks that are doing it.
Well,
you know, I said, you know what? I did see at least 3 women doing that. And to me, that's so dangerous.
Well, you know, when I had my car accident, I mean, the woman that hit me was not an SUV, but she was trying to catch the doggone light, you know, when I had my accident, and then had the nerve upon impact, she tried to move her lazy butt down the street. It wasn't this old. If it had to be for this old Caucasian gentleman said, "Excuse me, you can't go nowhere." I mean, you know, you saw the damage in my car. I was like, "See, I don't get it. Don't get it."
It's dangerous out here. If you are taking your life in your own hands when you are driving in this city, because people are so reckless. I was just looking on Facebook before we got on the show. Remember Marcy, who came on to tell us about surviving COVID, and she had just remember, we just love Marcy Delaney. And Marcy just posted on her social media where a friend of hers had just called her, was checking on her. He got shot on the expressway yesterday. Just random driving. He got shot and was killed. And just, it's sad. It is just, it's unbelievable that we are living in the wild, wild west in this city.
Oh, the wild, wild Midwest.
Right. Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, wow. You know, we will always say on this show, Art, please, y'all, please stay prayerful. Just stay prayerful.
Yes.
We're in some interest, and stay vigilant. Absolutely.
Right. Yes.
Absolutely. And speaking of those, you know, in the stats about people were fatally shot, one that's been on the news since it happened, a 12-year-old boy was killed. And this is really, ladies and gents, you know, you think, okay, a 12-year-old boy was killed. Yeah, but guess who shot this 12-year-old boy? His mother. Because he did not give her a memory card for her phone.
Now
let that sink in for a second.
Yes. Listen, but it makes me wonder about a lot of things. What was on that memory card that a mother would put a gun to her own son's head and shoot him, then went back and shot him again?
Right.
Then it would make me wonder what made him want to even take the memory card, and he couldn't even find it. So there are so many things, and of course they're trying to have the mother evaluated for mental issues. You said you saw an interview with the father of the
I
young man,
did.
who I know he's got to be
He's
devastated.
devastated. I
Oh,
mean,
I'm
you can
sure.
look at him. He just like, she's had mental issues. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, if this were the case, as a father, as a parent, you would try to have steps to make sure that the mother of your child is okay. So, of course, we won't know the real deal, but
Right.
I'm just really just devastated. You're going to shoot and kill your son over a memory card. And of course, the father says, she loved him. She
Right.
would do everything for him. Well,
Right.
if that truly were the case, she wouldn't have, shot him once, but then go back and shoot him again.
Right. I don't
Really?
get it. I don't get it. I really don't. And my heart really does go out to that young man, the family. And it even goes
Yes.
out to the mother. Because
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
you carried a child for 9 months and you
Hello?
actually take him out of this world over something as minor as a memory card to an electronic device. So, that speaks volume in itself right there. And I just pray for everybody
Absolutely.
involved in that. All right. Well, on a
Absolutely.
lighter note, you guys, on a
Yes.
much lighter note, the Powerball and the Mega Million jackpots have hit a big number once again. The Powerball jackpot, hear me clearly, you guys, is $416 million. That's $416 million.
Million with
And
M.
the drawing for the Powerball is
Tonight.
tonight, and I think they cut it off at 9 p.m. or something like that.
We'll be off the air by then, ladies and gents. Trust and believe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if nobody wins, the next drawing will be next Monday. No, tonight. And if nobody wins, does it roll
Wednesday.
over to next week? Okay.
No, Wednesday.
Wednesday is Mega Millions, though.
No. Tonight, see, remember that they just added a drawing Monday. This is I think the third time a Monday drawing for Power, because Powerball usually is on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So now Powerball is 3 times a week. So if it rolls over tonight, if nobody wins tonight, it goes to Wednesday night. And nobody wins Wednesday night, goes to Saturday night, and so
then
on.
we got a chance. Fingers crossed. So let me
got a
tell you
chance.
guys this: if you take the cash option of the prize, you'll be walking away with $301.9 million. Again, let me repeat that: $301.9 million is what you would walk away with. And if you had to stack $3 million in $100 bills on top of each other, it would be 1,063 feet tall, and that would be as tall as the Eiffel Tower in Paris. So that's how much money you'd have. You'd be definitely a rich bee with that kind of money. Yes, you'd be a rich bee.
We talked about this. What would you do with that money? I can tell you now. I said this to Art in the green room. I said, now, if the Lord blesses me with that, the first thing I would do, you got to be in the winning, Miss Debbie. You got doggone right. I have to contact my sister from another mister who's an attorney. We have a code, and she knows the code. If she sees that code, she knows exactly what to do. And I did share with Chad that I said, I would still do the show, I would still do my podcast, but it would be at an undisclosed location. I guarantee you that. And Chad Daddy can say, baby, I need you to come into Chicago. Not a problem, sweetheart. I got you. I fly in and get it and keep it moving.
I'm just hoping and praying that if you do win, you just give me a little chunk of change. So
I got you. I got you.
Start my digital studio. Because I told you, I want to start my own digital studio where people are able to do shows like this. They can do them remotely. They can come to our studio, whatever the case may be. But I promise you, I won't be telling you to come to Chicago because I won't be here. I won't be here either. You understand me?
No.
I would be on my way out as well, too. So listen, The Mega Millions jackpot is 343 million. With the cash option, you would cash out at 277.3 million dollars. And the next Mega Million drawing is tomorrow night at 11 p.m., 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central Time. So that's how that would work.
It's time for somebody in the Lord with me. Everybody, when it gets this big, California, New York. Oh yeah, let me tell you something, Candace. I got a lot of cousins, but as I said, my sister is an attorney, and trust and believe this, she is a pit bull. She does not play. She'll let you know, Miss Mason can't talk to you right now. You will need to talk to her financial advisor or talk to me. She's unavailable. Trust and believe that.
Look, I got cousins that I don't really like now, so can't nobody else come out no woodwork. Ain't nobody coming out no woodwork.
No,
stay your ass.
And even ex-husbands. I bet definitely.
I ain't worried about none of that.
No, neither am I.
Look, here go Candace talking about, hey, cousin K. Renee. Candace, you might end up getting a check just for being loyal and faithful to this show. And I'm spending this woman's money. I'm spending her money. But at least you've been loyal and faithful. You watched the show.
We would take what. Let's be clear. And I'm putting this publicly. I would take care of the viewers who have been loyal and trust and believe, ladies and gents. We know who have been loyal to us. So don't be coming in talking about, I've been loyal since the beginning. No.
Right. That's just like the post I put the other day. People that be looking at your social media page and never say anything.
Nothing.
These people speak to us every night. These people comment every evening. And they are faithful viewers of this show every night. So we appreciate you all. We do.
And we like Santa Claus. I'm Mrs. Claus, so I know who's been naughty and nice. God dog it. So trust and believe. If we win this money, for those who've been naughty, oh well. I'll tell you to read my book. How about that?
Right. Yes. Very good. Well, for those of y'all that feel lucky, those of you all that feel like you might have your chance at winning it, definitely buy a ticket. You got to play to win. And good luck to everybody. But I'm telling you guys now, if we win on this show, we out of here. We are out of here. This show, look, I'll close this laptop and never open it again. See you later. We are out of here, baby.
And here's the bad part, though. Here's the bad part. We would have to make sure everything is in divine order.
Yeah.
Debbie Green, we'll talk about that. But everything has to be in divine order, because here in Illinois, unlike other states, they have to announce who it is. So like if it was in Kentucky or Ohio, they could be anonymous. So we would have to put everything in order before it would be announced. I know, Miss Tamlin, you've been loyal. You've been loyal.
Matter of fact, make a shout out to our friend Lynn Klein. Hey Lynn, we miss you so
much. Lynn. Yes, she's been loyal too.
She has, and here's the deal. Lynn now has a mortician in her family. Lynn was recently at a graduation for somebody in her family who's a mortician now, because her family member graduated with somebody I know who just became a mortician. So congratulations.
Small world.
Absolutely. So hey Lynn, we love you.
Hi, Miss Lynn. You've been loyal. Don't worry, we got you.
We've been missing you. Okay, and what can it say? Art, don't go.
Don't worry.
That's right. Well, K. Renee blessed me with my digital studio.
Absolutely. That's no question. But K. Renee would be in an undisclosed location. I guarantee you that.
Yes, absolutely.
Nobody find me.
Very good. Well, for those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. On tonight's show, we're talking about what would we do if we won the Mega Millions, amongst other things that we have been talking about. Right now, we're doing all the hot topics and gossip. In just a little bit, we're going to welcome to the show family medicine practitioner, Dr. Janet Seabrook. We just love and adore her whenever she stops by to hang out with us. And we're going to talk about COVID-19, the Delta variant, as well as I'm hearing there are other variants coming along. And then whenever Dr. Janice Seabrook joins us, we always just have an amazing time talking to her. And we really do appreciate her. I just want to thank all of you all who took time earlier today to check out Conversations of Courage. Surviving the COVID-19 pandemic. That is one of my new pieces that I'm working on. It's a weekly 20-minute interview with people of all walks of life, and we talk about surviving the COVID-19 pandemic. I'll play a little bit of the opening of the show for you guys so you can see what it's all about, and we'll go from there. It was really great. My first guest today was the legendary Miss Devorah Crable, actress, professor, theologian, just all around great woman. But I'll show you guys a little clip of the intro of the show.
Yay!
So make sure you guys check it out. It'll be on Mondays at 3 o'clock. And eventually the shows will be live. The first 3 episodes have all been taped. So that's why the conversation today was a little off. Reverend Jackson is in a rehab center, so he's not in the hospital anymore. And his beloved wife, Miss Jacqueline Jackson, is at home recuperating, and she's out of the woods as well, too. So keep them uplifted in your prayers. But when it was originally filmed, we had just found out they both were in the hospital. And so we that's when that was from. But there'll be 2 more taped episodes, and then the episodes after that will be all live interviews. All right?
So proud. So proud of you. Yes, it was excellent. It's so funny in listening to the piece that I heard about Miss Crable, similarly to what happened, her car died and she's riding a bike. I said, I need to get my bike and start riding, but I'm really proud of you, Art, that you're taking your brand and just making it just accessible, available, but most importantly, inspirational. So I'm just really, really proud of you, big brother.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. When I talk to Devorah, I tell her all the time, I say, girl, where you riding this bike to? Oh, I ride and I ride and I ride. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm just so amazed because she really does ride places she needs to go on it. And I'm just like, please be careful. These people are so crazy out here. And she is really a treasure and an icon. And I don't want anything to happen to her. But she definitely rides her bike most of the play. I'm like, no, slow down. I'm going to come get you. You don't need to be riding. Yeah, I want you to be able to come, have a good time, relax. I'll get you a ride or we'll get you home. So, yes, but shout out to the amazing Mr. Devorah Crable. I remember, you remember watching her on Ebony Jet Showcase?
Oh, heck yeah. With her, yes, I loved her and her male host, I think it was Daryl Denard. That's who it was.
Daryl Denard,
yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
They were both very attractive and very well and very poised. And we enjoyed watching them. And they gave us all, way before Entertainment Tonight, before TMZ. That's right. Absolutely. Well, while we wait on Dr. Janet Seabrook, do you have anything in entertainment you want to talk about tonight?
Well, guess what? It is football season for those men and women who love football. But guess what? There's a young lady, first black woman to officiate an NFL game, Miss Maya Chaka.
I saw that.
I was like, go ahead. She made history. And I quote, this is what her quote is. This historic moment to me is an honor and a privilege that I've been chosen to represent women and women of color in the most popular sport in America. So she has been doing this for a while, right? And she joins, and listen to this, even though she officiated yesterday's New York Jets versus the Carolina, partners. Panthers,
right. That's about as bad as D arriving.
Right.
What did I say?
Deboarding.
Right. That's about as bad as deboarding. Yes.
But some interesting stats. Chaka is the 3rd on-field female official in the NFL. She joined Sarah Thomas, the first permanent female game official, and Shannon Easton, who was the first woman to officiate an NFL game.
Wow.
So congratulations, Miss Maya. That's huge.
Very nice.
And I'm going to tell you something about football. Because, see, my late father, since he didn't have a son, He said, "Listen, baby girl, you gonna know some stuff about sports. If you want to get a man, you need to know your sports." And ironically, the man that I married could less give a snit about sports, but it was great. He didn't care.
That's so interesting. Because guess what?
Never cared about sports.
I'm that dude too. I don't care about sports either. Sports, yeah, no.
But it was great bonding for my father, my uncle, because they love. My dad was the San Francisco Giants in baseball, but my uncle was a Chicago Bears and a Chicago White Sox fan. So anytime I wanted to talk with them, if I need to get something, like I said, Dad, I need some money. Talk to them during the game. They're like, okay, baby, here you go. So I learned about football. I learned about baseball through them. So, but kudos to Miss Maya for being the first. There's something about being the first.
Yes, very good. Well, congratulations to her. We are very proud of her. And then, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't there another first? A sister girl with some amazing hand skills.
Well, this first.
And look, and I'm embarrassed as well, too, because we'll talk about that as well, too. I'll have to tell you that. Once you tell us the next first, I'll tell you a funny story.
Okay, this first I just saw, and I'm trying to pull it up here. Miss Brianna Daniels makes history as NASCAR's first black woman pit member. And This woman, I happened to see the footage on her. She's a bad sister. Her hand dexterity is moving them tires to get them ready for the race. Awesome. And here's the thing, I saw the footage, the segment about her. She's also an athlete. So she was a Division 4 basketball at Norfolk State University, and she never thought that she would be in the position that she is in now. But she said, I want to be able to invite more women of color if they want to join the sport. But with NASCAR, a lot of blacks don't really garner to NASCAR because of its history.
Yeah,
you see the Confederate flag. Black folks are like, man, that's okay. But they're really trying to change their image. Bubba Wallace is the first full-time black race car driver, and so they're now trying to invite other ethnic groups to embrace the sport. But kudos to Miss Brianna, because I saw her in action. That child is bad.
She really is.
Bad.
I mean, when I saw her change that tire, I was blown away. And the running joke is that on the radio, the running joke was, until I learn how to grow a beard, only people who grow beards will be able to change a tire. I still don't know how to change a tire, and you see I have a great beard. But no, I do not know how to change a tire. That's what you call.
Neither do I, sweetie. That's why I call
people for.
You call AAA. That's what I paid them for.
That's right. I'm like, nope. So yes, shout out to Brianna for being a bad girl and handling that the way she did. Yes, we're very proud of her. All right, what else do we need to talk about?
Let's see. Well, one of my, even though he's married to the fabulous Angela Bassett, Courtney Vance gave a fitting tribute to Michael K. Williams because he won an Emmy in one of the series that he and Michael portrayed, and just still tributes are coming out from everywhere about this man. Yeah. And someone told me that the narrative that they're playing about his death is that a drug overdose, but that may not be necessarily the case.
Oh, yeah, I know. I had been hearing that in the rumor mill as well, too.
Yeah.
But it could have been something else.
Mm-hmm. Oh. And it wasn't, and then had nothing to do with drugs.
Oh, wow. That's
but we all know the truth always comes out. So,
yes.
We're still praying for his family, praying for his fans, because he's a talent. And it's so interesting. Once it was announced that he made his transition, I would see different series about him. Like over the weekend, I saw a couple of episodes of Law and Order Special Victims Unit or Law and Order Criminal Intent that he was in. I was like, okay, that's not by coincidence. I think they did that purposely. But
oh, absolutely. When somebody dies like that, they pull all those episodes of their catalog at the station, all of that.
Yeah.
Real quick, before we go to our next guest, we also want to acknowledge the passing of a very iconic journalist, not only here in Chicago, but across the country. Allison Payne passed away at the age of 57. over the weekend. She actually died September 1st. We just found out about her death on Friday. Allison Payne was 57 years old, originally from Detroit. She got hired by WGN at the age of 25. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
She won over 9 Emmys while she was at Channel 9, got to interview heads of state, some of the best people ever. And I actually had the privilege of having dinner with Allison Payne the night that Princess Diana was killed in the car accident in Paris. We were actually in a restaurant having dinner, myself, her, and another friend. And she got message from the station that Princess Diana had been in a car accident. They possibly thought she was, going to perish from the accident. And she was saying, oh boy, this is going to dominate the news for the next 2 weeks, And so she, we parted ways that evening, and that was the last time I saw Allison. But Allison was very connected to the community, very people oriented, and we are truly saddened to hear about her death. And she impacted a lot of people. Even Chanel from the Today Show did a post over the weekend about the passing of Allison Payne and how, being a little Black girl, Allison Payne truly inspired her to move forward in journalism. So,
without question, we grew up with Allison, and the fact that she was truly just very down to earth and just exuded elegance.
Yes.
And just elegance and excellence.
Yes.
And I shared with you privately, I said when I was out of town on vacation, I said, I would really want to know how Allison is doing, because she was just literally on my mind, and not knowing that she was transitioning. And so I just, my heart was just saddened to hear that news. But, again, we talk about this on our show, that you must stay prayerful and you must live your life with purpose, because you don't know when that time is coming when you have to become spirit.
That's true.
Just live your life with purpose.
That is true. Well, Kay Renee, speaking of style, elegance, and grace, guess who's in the green room? Now, do I need to say more? When you speak of style, elegance, and grace, and I'm dying to see what the hairstyle is this evening, because she rocks some of the baddest hairstyles.
Yes, she does.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is one of our favorite doctors, family medicine practitioner, Dr. Janet Seabrook. She's the president of Community HealthNet Health Centers of Northwest Indiana. We call her Dr. J, Dr. Janet. We just love and adore her. She's everybody's favorite doctor. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, Dr. Janet Seabrook.
Yay! Hi, Dr. Janet. Oh, look at here, looking good. I'm looking at. Let me look at that hairstyle.
Fabulous mirror behind us.
Yes.
We're trying to put you in the big box. Hold on, Doc. Wait now. We have some technical.
Oh, there she is. Yay! Looking all good.
Hi, doctor.
You guys are some of the greatest hype people that I have ever met. Trust me on that one, okay?
Yay, we love you. How you doing, Doc? You look amazing.
I am fine. Trust me, it's the lighting. It has nothing to do with me.
Okay, no, you look great. You look right.
Good.
Doc, are you in the Bahamas? Are you right?
So let me tell you where I am, because I'm not in Indiana.
Okay.
I am on the campus of the University of California, LA. So I'm at UCLA's campus at the Luskin Conference Center, finishing up my last week of class. I've been doing this class online for a number of months, but the last week is in person. So we're here, we're masked up, we're doing everything we're supposed to be doing so we can have this last week of class in person, and I can graduate on Thursday, get my certificate in healthcare executive management.
All right now. All right.
We're so proud of you. We are so proud of you. We are. Well, doctor, we won't hold you long. It's a pleasure to have you with us tonight. Look, on the road, in school, and still have time for us, so it's an honor. So, doctor, we want to get right into this conversation. September is Self-Care Awareness Month, and we'll have you back to really talk about that. But we do need to get an update on this Delta variant, COVID-19. School is open back up, and every day on the news, we're hearing more and more children are being sent home. Children are the number one cases of COVID now. Where are we at with all of this right now, doctor?
So where we are is exactly what you described. Things are starting to open back up, particularly children going to school and public school and private school, and children entering back into universities and colleges. Well, we know that most universities and colleges are asking students to get vaccinated to continue with classes. That's the majority of the universities. They're given dates of like October, and if children aren't vaccinated by then, they're going to be disenrolled. I don't know what the refund looks like after a certain date, but that's where we are with colleges and universities, most colleges and universities across the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we get to the high school, middle school, and elementary school, what you are hearing is that children are coming into classrooms. Some of them are doing the masking. Some schools are having big debates. Some school systems are having debates about whether they want their children to be masked or not. There are outbreaks that are going on in many school districts, and with the contact tracing, you have as many as sometimes 600 students and teachers that have to be in quarantine. So it's going to be very, very difficult as we work through this season, our actual second season going into COVID, into now what will be coming up flu season as well in October. So it's going to be very difficult. I think that the Delta variant and the seriousness of the Delta variant and the number of hospitalizations that are occurring because of the Delta variant, not only in the elderly and middle aged, but now younger children, people are starting to get concerned and they are going to be vaccinated. The number of people getting vaccinated has slowly started to increase after we had that deep dip pretty much in the summer when people
Mm-hmm.
thought things were fine and we were told that if you're vaccinated you can go without your mask and things like that. And I think that we took the mask off too soon. I've said that to you before.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we needed to continue with the mask wearing
Mm-hmm.
until we had the majority of people, as many people that could take the vaccine, get the vaccine, particularly adults. And then as it went down in age to 12-year-old, try and get as many 12 and above vaccinated as possible. And I'm hoping in the next few weeks that 5 and above will be cleared to be vaccinated, and that also the emergency use status of both the Pfizer and Moderna will be removed, and it'll go to full status, so more people will have comfort in the vaccines and feel comfortable taking the vaccines. Now I know I've
Mm-hmm.
said a lot, but what I'm really the point I'm trying to get across to people is the vaccine works, is safe and effective. And it's better to be vaccinated than unvaccinated. The majority of people who are in the hospital on ventilators, 98%, are unvaccinated.
Yeah, because doctor, I've had several situations. I think it has been at least three people that have passed away in the last month and a half. That I mean, I personally was talking to, just like I'm talking to you now. And then the next thing you know, you hear, oh my God, they have COVID. And then the next thing you know, you hear they've died. And so I'm like, oh my goodness. But then I'm also noticing that most of them have been heavier set black men that have died as well too. So I kind of want to find out, obesity and COVID, or is it pre-existing health conditions and COVID? Is there a combination that really takes people out, or yeah, really takes them out worse than anything else?
So, what we noted initially when we were really being hit by COVID early in 2020, that the elderly, chronic conditions, and those chronic medical conditions include people who have diabetes and hypertension. But third most were people who were overweight, people who were either morbidly obese or grossly obese were at higher risk for COVID. And many people don't know this, but if you have to go on a ventilator, it's better to have a smaller neck and a thinner neck than a thicker neck and a shorter neck. That is a very, very difficult intubation. It's very difficult to
Look,
intubate
look,
someone
look, look,
who
girl,
is
we
obese.
checking next. Look, we checking next out here,
If you're
baby.
obese, and you've seen obese people, a
Right,
lot of times you really can't even. There's no distinction from where their neck, the chin line is
right,
to their collarbone,
right.
and it is very difficult to position them to get that tube down their throat. I know I've worked in the emergency room for 10 years, and that's a difficult intubation. And when we see heavyset people come into the emergency room, we pray that we don't have to ventilate them. Typically, we have to call an anesthesia because that's how difficult it is.
Wow, 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 wow. Okay, Renee, you have a question for the doctor?
I do. And Dr. Janet, again, congratulations on your achievement. I know you're going to rock it. What about the booster shot? I know with Pfizer and I know Moderna is still up in the air, but what about the booster? Do you feel that's going to enhance a person's efficacy with what it relates to this virus? So, what are your thoughts about the booster?
I'm an advocate for the booster, and what I do understand is that most people who have chronic conditions or who've had things like cancer or they have immune system disorders, so they are at risk, their oncologists are recommending that they get the booster shot. And this is quite interesting. Today at lunch, prior to me checking in for the program, I went to a hotel restaurant and I'm sitting there. Two elderly gentlemen, Caucasian gentlemen, are sitting to my left having this wonderful conversation. I was trying not to listen to their conversation, but they were so cute. And I think they were both retired UCA law professors. And so they went through some of the things that they had, had in class and discussed and their students and things like that. But then they started talking about COVID. And they both had been vaccinated. And so the one, I assume, he told me he was 89. He said he was 89 to his friend. His friend asked him, he said, "Are you going to get that booster?" He said, "Man, I had man already."
Right, yes, yep.
He found the pharmacy that was doing the boosters, and they said, "Do you have any health conditions?" He said, "I'm 89 years old. I think that puts me at risk." They gave
Right,
me. I
yes.
thought that was so cute.
Wow.
On a serious note, you should have a conversation with your healthcare provider to ask them about your risk and the need for booster vaccine. But I think that eventually we all will need the booster vaccine because what we're seeing right now, we started vaccinating people in December of 2020, and it's showing that most people's status or immunity is starting to wane out over 6 to 8 months. So I believe eventually that they will tell all of us that we need to get a booster.
Okay,
Okay.
so now, doctor, I have a question about the flu shot. I've been getting the flu shot for the last couple of years faithfully. I'm fully vaccinated now, but I'm wondering, do I get both the flu shot and then get this booster shot? Because it seems to me that right now everything is about a vaccination, shingles, pneumonia, flu. So, what should someone like me do when it comes to should I get that flu shot as well this year?
So if you're someone who has been regularly getting an influenza vaccine, a flu shot as we call it, you should continue your schedule. You should not change your vaccination schedule for your flu shot. And also, when the booster shot comes, you should ask your health care provider if you should get it or not and how close or spread apart you need to take it from your flu vaccine. But by all means, if you're someone that regularly takes the flu shot, get your flu shot at the time in the season that you normally get it.
Okay, because one thing I will knock on wood, I've not been sick like that, and I thank God for that. And I'm one of them people that used to catch colds quite frequently, things like that. So I'm really happy about that. Okay, Renee, you have another question for the doctor before we let
Well,
the graduate go. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
The graduate.
Conversely, I had not had the. I normally get the flu shot, Dr. Janet, but the last 2 years I have not. What would you recommend me do? Should I continue getting the flu shot, or and what? I mean, because I'm fully vaccinated as well, so I know with the booster, I know I will definitely get it. But should I also get the flu shot if I hadn't received it in 2 years?
So let's think about this. Coronavirus and the vaccine for the coronavirus is totally different from the influenza vaccine for the flu. Those are two
Okay.
separate things. So you're treating two different viruses we're trying to prevent two different viruses by taking two different vaccines. So the coronavirus vaccine does not provide protection for influenza. Okay, so
Okay.
don't get them crossed up. And
Okay.
so
All
if
right.
you have not taken your flu vaccine in 2 years, and I'm gonna tell you, last year there were a lot of people that did not get their flu vaccines, but we did not have a lot of cases of flu. And I've said
Mm-hmm.
this before also, it was because of the things that we were doing. Hand washing, things were being washed down and
Mm-hmm.
sanitized, doorknobs, people were cleaning their houses, not letting people in who weren't related to them or who hadn't been in their house before. We weren't going out to movie theaters or restaurants or schools were closed. And so we were doing things that prevented us from being exposed to the influenza virus. However, now that things have opened back up, and we're seeing that people are coming back in closer contact with each other. We kind of let go of the elbow bumping. I see more people shaking hands and giving hugs and things like that. And so we need to be protected from both corona with the COVID-19 vaccine and then influenza with the influenza vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very good. Doctor, I understand you have a walkathon coming up soon. Am I right about this? Look, not only a graduate, but a walkathon. She's every woman. She is.
Mm-hmm.
So the annual Community HealthNet Breast Cancer Walk for Breast Cancer Awareness will be held Saturday, September 25th at Marquette Park. That's 1 Grand Boulevard. That's in Gary, Indiana. Off the beautiful shores of our side of Lake Michigan. And yes, we do have beaches in Gary. We have a beach. And so
Yes,
you
you
have to go
do.
to, yes, you have to go to, and we're now part of the Indiana Dunes and the national, what is it, the national parks. So
Yeah.
our dunes are actually part of the national park. So we got that to brag about that as well. But yeah, Saturday, September 25th, at Marquette Park. The walk starts at 10, but registration is at 9. You can come out early and hang out with us. We usually do a little stretching exercises. There'll be vendors out there. We'll have our mobile unit out there. We'll be doing some screenings, blood pressure checks, and things like that. And we're just going to have a good time. So for more information, you can go to our website, chn-indiana.org, for more information and
CHN,
so right.
Indiana.
CHN-Indiana, spelled all the way out,
Mm-hmm. .org. All right, everybody. There it is right there on your screen. Let me put it up there. CHNindiana.org. CHNindiana.org. Did I spell Indiana right? I did.
You
You
Uh,
did,
did.
but can you put a dash in between the N and the I?
yeah, I sure can. Look, this the magic of my TV show. I sure can. Great. Oh, wait. Did I lose it? Well, oh, what happened? Let me see. Uh-oh. Look like, let me try this again. Hold on, Doc. I
No
sure can.
problem.
Yep. So, Doctor, we are very proud of you. So, what will this entitle you to be, like the queen of all things doctor, now that you have gotten this new certification?
Just another certificate to the add to the basket or portfolio of certificates and diplomas that I have. That's
Okay,
all.
there we go, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Community Health Network Indiana.org. The 25th is this is what, the fifth annual of the
Oh
walkathon?
no, this is probably 20th or 21st. I've lost
That's
count.
right.
Yeah, we've been
Okay.
doing this for years since late 1990s, early
Got you.
2000s.
Okay, I knew it had been quite a long time. I was like, maybe, look, I've been knowing you that long now, I think. But yes, okay. Because I'm like, wait a minute, I know doggone well. Oh, here, they put it up here for us. Very good. There we go.
All
Thank you,
right.
Mr. Ward. We appreciate you. Oh, that's my brother, Mr. Ward. How
Thank
you
you,
doing?
team.
Very good. All right, here, let me put that up there. And there you guys go right there for more information of how you could be a part of this wonderful, wonderful walkathon. It's a 5K walk, vendors, screenings. I'm sure you'll be able to get the vaccine out there if you've not gotten the shot yet. So we'll make it happen. Make sure you guys go to the following links: chi-indiana.org, breast cancer awareness 5K, and join Dr. Janet Seabrook and all of her wonderful people for the wonderful walkathon. That's how we do that on this show, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And you know what? I know a lot of people are still hesitant about coming out and being in public. And if you are, you can still make donations. Again, you can go to our website, chn-indiana.org, to give a donation. And all of the money that we collect goes to help women get screenings for breast and cervical cancer.
Beautiful,
Amen.
beautiful, beautiful. Well, doctor, be safe, enjoy
Yes.
yourself, make us proud. We have a bottle of champagne here under the desk. We'll drink it for you, until you graduate. And then when we see you in person, we'll have to bring you something. But we're always so proud of you and thank
Yes.
you for taking time out of your schedule. Did you just get to California today?
I got here today. I arrived this morning, California time. So my clock is like this right now.
I
Oh,
know.
I know. That's the way it was when I was in Hawaii. My clock was so off, Doc. It was just, oh
Same
my
here. We're
God.
going to Vegas. Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. So you guys understand.
Yes,
We
we
do.
do. Well, have a beautiful night, doctor. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Kay Renee, what do you want to say to the doctor before we leave?
Continue blessing. I know California got some issues out there with Governor Newsom. I'm sure you heard. So I'm sure when you get back, you'll probably have a lot more stories to tell. But congratulations again. If you need us at any point, you know how to get a hold of us. But we're so
Yes.
proud of you.
Thank you so much, Kay Renee. Good to see you both. Thank
We
you.
love you, doctor. Thank you.
Thank
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, Dr. Janet Seabrook. Please support her walkathon on the 25th, chn-indiana.org/breast cancer awareness 5K walk. It's going to be a beautiful event. It's always a good time. And make sure you guys go out and support. Doc, be safe. We love you and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you again.
Bye,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Janet.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, we just love her. We do.
Oh, yes.
I
And
do.
she's
She's
just
so amazing. Isn't she wonderful? And that made it even more special that she's in California.
absolutely.
So,
That means you're loved. That means you're loved too, chat. Never
Yes.
forget that.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate you for that, my love. I do. Well, tomorrow night coming up on the show, we have a lot to talk about tomorrow night. We need to talk about the MTV Awards. And
Okay.
MTV turned 40.
Wow.
MTV is 40 years old. I know.
Oh, goodness.
MTV is 40. And then we'll recap the Met Gala, which is going on right now. So we'll recap all
That's probably one of my bucket lists. I would love to go to the Met Gala. I have to really think of a costume to wear, but I wouldn't mind going to the Met
so
Gala.
you win this money, babe. You're gonna go to all that. I'll make sure of that.
Oh,
I consider myself your social director now.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? On the low end, as they would say, I consider myself your social director on the low end. You
Mhm.
win that kind of money, we'll be sitting front row at all of those events. Trust and believe. I'll be like, y'all don't know who that is? Excuse me. That is a K Renee, a Kingdom's nugget of knowledge. Don't y'all get it twisted.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
Well,
don't get it twisted.
Well, speaking of money, let's wish billionaire Mr. Emmett Tyler Perry. He turned, I don't know what I think it's 51 or 52 today. Happy birthday, Tyler.
Yes, happy birthday, Tyler Perry. Absolutely. Yesterday, Jennifer Hudson had a birthday.
Yes, she did.
Happy birthday to Jennifer
Virgo season
Hudson.
is in effect, baby.
Yes, it is. It really is. Look, that just gets me closer to Scorpio season.
It does. That's
It
right.
gets me closer to Scorpio season.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
All right. Well, darling, we need that nugget of knowledge for this evening. And then
I
we're going to
got
step
it.
on out of here.
I got it ready for you. Today is Motivational Monday. And since I didn't mean to steal Chat Daddy's thunder, but when I saw this, I had to post. Here are 5 ways to stay motivated to reach your goals. Number 1, change your mindset. Number 2, be proud of who you are. Be proud of you. Number 3, switch things up.
Yes.
Number 4, list your whys. That's really important. Okay? And then number 5, when all's said and done, give yourself a break. Okay? And then, as always, today is Motivational Monday. # never give up. Never give up.
Oh, I love it. Never give up. Never give up. All right. Well, you did a great job. You kicked off first day of our 10-day. Tomorrow we'll talk about some other tips. I'll share another set of tips on Wednesday, and then I'll give a collective group of tips for people over the weekend that they can practice. And then we'll take this all the way to next Wednesday, and that'll be our 10-day challenge.
All righty now.
Very good. Well, we hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's show. We really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much to Dr. Janet Seabrook, who did an outstanding job helping us to understand. Best wishes and congratulations to her on getting her certificate that she's going to earn. Yes, continuing that doctor thing, moving right along.
That's
we appreciate her. Wamelda, we love and appreciate you. Thank you.
And you on the list, Wamelda. Trust and believe. If I win the money, you on the list.
Absolutely. We're going to take care of Wamelda. Oh, we know the names of the people that watch this show faithfully. We know.
That's right.
Yeah, there'll be a whopping check for $20 in the mail to each one.
Stop. Anywho, now Art may be my social director, but not my financial advisor. I know what to do.
There'll be a check for a whopping $20.
Anywho.
All right. Yes, we just love you. No, Kate Renee said it's gonna rain, baby. She said it's gonna rain.
That's right.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so very much for watching us tonight. We really do appreciate you guys. Candace, Lynn, Tamlin,
Booker T. I saw Booker. Wamelda.
Yes. Debbie. Yeah, we know. Okay, we know.
We know who they are.
Checks to, right. We know who all gets checks.
That's right.
We love you guys so very much. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Tuesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. Stay safe. Be beautiful. Yes. Stay wonderful. For more information about me, you can always go to therealchatdaddy.com. Therealchatdaddy.com is where you can find out more information. I need to put your website up there too, my love. That's therealchatdaddy.com for me. And for more information about Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge, that's where you go and find out about her. We really do appreciate her. Wait a minute, we got some good comments down here. Oh, good night, Lynn. We do. We love you. Thank you.
Good night, Miss Lynn.
Congratulations on that new addition to your family, too, Lynn. That's very impressive to have an undertaker in the family.
Yes.
That way you won't get cheated and you know what's being happened. That's right. You know what to do. That's right. You know, that was my dream job. I wanted to be was an undertaker.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so fascinated by that. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
My health kept me from becoming an undertaker. But I still want to own a funeral home. That's another thing, Kay Renee. You get that money, I want to own a funeral home.
I got you.
Yeah, that's recession proof.
That's exactly right.
That's recession proof.
I hear you.
It is. All right. Well, we love you guys. Have a beautiful evening. If you get a chance, please, please, please go to YouTube or Facebook and check out my not Candid Conversations of Courage, Surviving the COVID-19 Pandemic. Yes, Booker T, I wanted to be an undertaker. Still wouldn't mind working in the funeral industry. Would not. Love it. All right. On behalf of Kay Renee and yours truly, we love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. Stay out of trouble, people.
Yes.
Well, what do we say on this show? Wear your damn
wear that mask.
Wear
my mask at.
Tonight I'm wearing a bandana in honor of Little Nas X. Pride and joy. Pride and joy. Wear your mask. Wear your bandana. Yes. Wear pride and joy. There you go. Very good. All right.
Still wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
That's right.
Yes. All right. See you guys later. We love you all. Have a beautiful night. We out of here. Bye. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and